Welcome back to NoobTube TV. It has been a long time since we've had our last video update, but we are back, and today we're going to be talking about how to export your draft classes from NCAA 14 to Madden 25. This is something I haven't really seen much of on YouTube as far as the new one, so here we go. The first thing you're going to be doing is, after the coaching carousel ends, you're going to go to advance to the next week after the coaching carousel actually takes place. Then you can go and take a look at the players that you have leaving for the NFL draft potentially or transferring. This is where you're going to have a chance to decide if you want to have some key player come back, if he did really well in the regular season beforehand and such, if he's eligible. In this case, I have Braxton Miller, who I had obnoxiously good numbers with in the 2013 season. I'm going to try to talk him into coming back to get his college degree because these guys are in college, last time I checked anyway. And then I'm also going to say, well, by the way, if you come back next year, you'll be a first-round draft pick instead of the strangely projected 5th or 6th round pick that he was this coming draft, which makes no sense if you look at his statistics, and we'll get into that later. For instance, if you look at his passing yards, 4,188 yards, 36 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Rushing yards, 2,277 with 31 touchdowns running the ball. Yes, sure, I'm not exactly playing this in some sort of sim style, but as soon as you get done with that, you go to Advance to Next Stage. As soon as you click Advance to Next Stage, it's going to prompt you. Export draft class to Madden 25 before advancing? You will select yes. Do not just rush through this and think that you're going to be able to come back and do it, because sometimes if you have autosave functions on, you may have just screwed yourself out of getting your draft class put in. So what I'm going to suggest now is anytime you put your draft class in, when you save it, make sure you're saving it for the draft year. So it's not going to be for the 2013 draft year, it'll be actually for the 2014 draft in Madden 25, because you have to play through the first season in order to even draft these guys. Keep in mind you're not going to draft these guys as soon as you start a game. So once you do that, you go ahead and save it, and you're good to go. The next thing we're going to take a look at real quick is the terrible logic as far as who's deciding to go pro and why. Chucky Keaton from Utah State. To be honest, I don't know who this guy is. Maybe there's some Utah State fans out there who are just like, oh my god, you don't know who he is. No, I don't. But sure, he has great overall and all those things are awesome, but look at his stats before he's going pro. I mean, 434 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I know he was injured, but wow. I mean, maybe that's just one of those things where he's like, I better go now. I don't know. Carlos Hyde, in my case, 1,300 yards, 29 touchdowns, and he's projected to go in like the 7th round. Doesn't make a lot of sense. So as you're playing through your seasons, don't be too surprised if you see some of the projected draft pick logic just kind of throw you off. This is the projected, like the draft results as far as what they say is going to happen and how you'll be able to market your team in the coming years. I'm going to pay close attention to see whether or not these picks actually transpire into Madden 25 and whether or not they really kind of translate between the saves and between the actual draft. Hope that helps you. Happy holidays.